Have you ever wondered what would happen if you just stopped trying so hard? In our lives, we often hear that more effort equals more success. But what if the key to a more relaxed and satisfying life is actually about doing less and caring less about the outcomes? This video explores the transformative power of minimal effort and non-attachment, guiding you through a simple 2-day experiment. By the end, you might find that less effort can sometimes lead to greater happiness. Non-attachment is a principle commonly found in various philosophical and spiritual traditions around the world. It's about detaching from outcomes and desires to experience freedom from constant craving and dissatisfaction. But non-attachment isn't about not caring at all. Instead, it's about maintaining a healthy distance from our desires and efforts. By not clinging too tightly to outcomes, we open ourselves up to experiencing life more fully, appreciating the present moment without heavy expectations or fear of disappointment. In everyday terms, practicing non-attachment means not letting your happiness depend solely on whether things go exactly as planned. Whether it's a work project, a personal goal, or even daily chores, approaching tasks with a mindset of non-attachment helps reduce stress and anxiety. This approach allows us to engage fully with our activities without the heavy burden of needing specific outcomes for personal validation. The result is often a more balanced emotional state and a deeper sense of satisfaction regardless of the external successes or failures. Minimal effort is related to the concept of non-attachment but focuses more on the amount of energy we expend. It teaches us to do only what is necessary and sufficient, avoiding overexertion and the diminishing returns of overinvestment. This doesn't mean not trying at all or neglecting responsibilities. Rather, it's about finding the most efficient way to achieve tasks without unnecessary stress or effort. For instance, in work scenarios, instead of micromanaging every detail or double-checking work multiple times, minimal effort would have us trust in our first effort and move forward. It reduces the urge to control every aspect and instead fosters a sense of trust in the process. At home, this might look like choosing simpler solutions that meet our needs without going overboard on perfectionism. This practice benefits our mental health by reducing the pressure we put on ourselves. Constantly pushing hard can lead to burnout and a perpetual sense of dissatisfaction. By applying minimal effort, we learn to conserve our energy and focus it where it truly matters, which can lead to greater effectiveness and a more fulfilling life experience. This method teaches us to value the journey of an activity rather than just the end result, which can enrich our daily experiences and improve overall life satisfaction. Before we start the 2-day experiment, it's essential to prepare mentally and logistically. This preparation involves choosing areas in your daily life where you can consciously apply the principles of minimal effort and non-attachment. Start small by selecting tasks that do not bear heavy consequences, perhaps something like your approach to household chores or the way you handle daily communications. The goal here is not to create a situation of neglect, but to foster an environment where you can observe the effects of this practice without significant risk. Setting realistic expectations is also crucial. This experiment is not about making drastic changes to your lifestyle overnight, but rather about observing subtle shifts in your reactions and feelings. Keep a notepad or digital document handy to jot down your thoughts and observations. This will help you track your progress and reflect on the changes you notice. On the first day of the experiment, focus primarily on awareness. As you go about your day, practice doing tasks with minimal effort. Pay attention to how this feels. Are you anxious about not doing enough, or do you find relief in letting go of perfectionism? Take note of these emotions and any changes in how you handle situations. This initial day is also about observing your mental and emotional responses. Do you feel compelled to add more effort out of habit? How does it feel to step back instead? The aim here is not to judge yourself harshly, but to become aware of your natural inclinations and reactions. Observing without self-criticism is a form of non-attachment in itself, allowing you to see your patterns of behavior clearly without emotional entanglement. Through these observations, you may begin to notice areas of your life where effort and attachment are more pronounced. These insights are valuable. They show you where your energy is potentially being wasted and where you might benefit from a more detached approach. On the second day, aim to deepen your practice of minimal effort and non-attachment by extending these principles to slightly more significant tasks. Perhaps apply these ideas to a work project or social interactions where you can observe the effect of letting go in a more impactful setting. Continue to approach these tasks with the mindset of doing just enough, and maintain an awareness of your emotional state throughout the process. It's important to continue practicing mindfulness throughout this day. Notice if you feel an urge to revert to old habits of overexerting yourself, or if you feel more at ease with this new approach. Continue documenting your thoughts and feelings, noting any differences from the previous day's experiences. This will help you understand how the practice affects different areas of your life and whether certain tasks might benefit more from minimal effort and non-attachment than others. While you go through this experiment, you might face challenges such as discomfort with doing less or anxiety over not controlling outcomes as tightly as before. It's natural to feel uncertain when trying new approaches, especially those that go against ingrained habits of striving and clinging. Acknowledge these feelings without giving them too much power. If you feel anxious, remind yourself that this experiment is temporary and primarily for observation. This perspective can reduce the pressure you might feel and help you continue with the experiment more comfortably. If challenges persist, it may be helpful to reduce the scope of the experiment slightly, applying the principles more gradually to find a balance that feels manageable. After completing the 2-day experiment, take some time to analyze the outcomes. Review the notes you've made over the days to see if there are any patterns or significant changes in your behavior and feelings. Ask yourself a few key questions. Did minimizing effort in certain areas reduce stress? Did non-attachment help in managing expectations and emotional responses? Were there situations where these practices did not work, and why might that have been the case? This analysis is crucial as it helps you identify what benefits these practices brought into your life and what areas might need a different approach. Understanding both the positive outcomes and the limitations will guide you in deciding whether and how to integrate these practices into your life more permanently. Reflecting on the potential long-term benefits of minimal effort and non-attachment can motivate you to continue these practices beyond the experiment. By reducing unnecessary stress and emotional strain, these principles can lead to a more balanced and satisfying life. Over time, you might find that you are able to achieve better outcomes at work and in personal relationships with less anxiety and more peace of mind. Consider how adopting a mindset of minimal effort and non-attachment could impact your life in the long run. It might mean more energy for things you truly care about, improved mental health, and even greater personal and professional growth. This shift could transform how you approach challenges and opportunities, leading to a more relaxed yet effective way of living. Implementing the practices of minimal effort and non-attachment into your daily routine can begin with small, manageable steps. Start by identifying moments in your day where you can consciously apply these principles. This could be during routine tasks where the stakes are low, allowing you to practice without significant risk. Gradually, you can begin to apply these principles in more critical aspects of your life as you become more comfortable with the process. It's helpful to set aside a few minutes each day to reflect on your experiences with these practices. Consider keeping a dedicated journal to note any feelings, challenges, and successes. This ongoing reflection will help you fine-tune how you apply minimal effort and non-attachment and recognize when and where they are most effective. While you continue to integrate these practices into your life, remember that personal growth is a continuous process. There will be days when it feels challenging to maintain minimal effort and non-attachment, especially under stress or when old habits surface. During these times, remind yourself of the benefits you've noticed and the positive changes you've experienced. Encourage yourself to stay committed to these practices, knowing that each step forward contributes to a more balanced and fulfilling life. While you grow more adept at managing your effort and expectations, you'll likely find that many aspects of your life improve, from your mental health to your relationships and work performance. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who might benefit from it. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more insightful content like this. Your support helps us create more videos that make a difference.